and share it?
Totally, yeah. Like if I'm gonna go to my Facebook right now and go and look for it, and it'll be like it won't be public. YouTube's been really cool. Like they're really quick to sort that out, but Facebook, for whatever reason, they make it only me for the first while until I go over there and like manually change it. And it's I don't know, it's one of those things because it's like if they would just go public at the very beginning, then it would just look cleaner. But I don't know, it's just their setup, I guess.
I can't see the live thing on your page yet.
Okay, just one hot second. Computer's taking its sweet little time. Yeah, I didn't realize that that's what you did for work. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I feel like everyone tries to figure it out differently. They're like, oh, is that like his name? They're like, is that his real? Someone asked me, they're like, is your real last name Sin? Because that's awesome. And I was like, yeah, it would be, but it's not.
Like, I mean, it would be a wicked cool last name, like for
right?
Sure, right?
Like, technically, T Sin is my last name if you just say it faster. But yeah, I'm not seeing the live.
Is it still not there? Okay, hold up. Oh, let's see. It says Facebook to go. It's so weird. Like one night I was able to stream to like 6 platforms. And I was like, oh, this is so awesome. And then like that was like the one time that it worked. Yeah, it says I'm live on here. It's so weird.
So on Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram is like, on Facebook, sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to refresh your page here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't see, where would I see the live? Like it shows that you're online. I see your post, but I don't see the live.
Okay, 2 seconds. I'm just going to refresh on my side as well. I don't know why my computer is.
Can you just tag me in your post?
Yeah, totally.
And then I can just like accept that it goes to my page.
How's your day today?
It's going. It's the middle of the week.
Yeah, happy hump day.
Less than 10 days away from the festival. Brand new, spanking new set with all new people. Some people might call me nuts, but you know.
Honestly, or brave. Like, how brave is that?
Yeah, we'll pull it off. I'm confident. Yeah. Like the group of musicians that I'm working with are like phenomenal. So
very, very cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck is going on Facebook right now. Like, wild. Yeah, it says we're live, but it's not even showing like up on my end like at all.
Should we just try again?
Oh, yep. Here it is.
Oh, you got it?
Abort mission! It's like, just kidding. You're fine.
You got it?
Whatever, Facebook. Yeah, it's just going to be 1 second. I'm just going to pop over, click it around, and see it. One day I'll just be like so comfortable with my bank account that we will just be able to jet set around and do these in person. It'll be super rad.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like if you go over there now, you should be able to
your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there, I saw the live.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, now how do I share that?
Yeah, so if you just share it like a normal post to your wallet. So.
Just says live on your profile. Oh, there it is. Now I got it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Just gonna put come hang out.
Yeah, come hang out with us.
Okay.
This awesome Wednesday evening. I don't know guys how you guys do it on stage. I'm sweating underneath my light and I like have been on here for like 2 seconds.
Okay. Am I actually black?
Yeah, why are you black? No, I'm black. No, I was kidding. Hold on.
The actual thing closed. Am I black? Am I black?
No, there you are.
I'm no longer black. Yeah, I have to be in the app, I think. So then I don't know if I'm gonna see like if people put stuff in the chat. But...
Oh yeah, you totally will actually, because from here, like I can do this.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hi, Cora.
Cora.
How you doing?
Yeah, and like it's crazy because sometimes it'll be like YouTube and Facebook, and it's a little bit harder to keep track of. But as they come in, I'll try and pop them up as quickly as I can. You got this. I don't know if there's a doubt in the world. Honestly, I feel like you're an absolute professional. I'll just start this off. Welcome everybody. I'm Casey. This is Pinecase. Nothing super exciting there. We do pretty cool shit lately, though, because we've been able to bring mental health and music together in the same space, which has always been a dream of mine. And I've had the honor and privilege to be able to hang out with you in the audience, which is interesting because a lot of people will be like, "What? You didn't see him live?" No, I've seen you live. I mean, honestly, to be able to be in the audience with you is an experience in itself. And I don't think that if I had been there that night at the fundraiser, I could appreciate you as much as a person. But man, did I learn a lot from watching you. Like, you're such a cool human being when it comes to just the amount of energy that you bring. So, yeah, sorry, everyone. This is Terrence from All Was Lost. Your boy, he's going to be hitting it up at Decimate Metal Fest. So, if you haven't grabbed your tickets already, go ahead. June 7th and 8th. I'll throw a link in the description. Back to the good stuff. Can we talk about your presence just as an audience and a participant before we get into like you as a musician?
Yeah, I actually think that's a first time topic out of any podcast I've ever done. So
Wow,
do it,
dude! Like, what a cool fucking experience that was for me. The amount of hype you brought to your fellow metalheads and the support and the love was one thing. You can talk all you want about that. But what I want to talk about was you guys were moshing around and someone like hit the deck literally like at my feet. And I like by the second I was like, okay, you need to do something about it. You had already like flown across the dance floor and were like there to like throw them back up. And I was like, holy shit.
What's rule number one of the mosh pit? Like I've wanted to do this public disclaimer before shows so many times, and I'm going to do it right here on this podcast. What's rule number one of the mosh pit? Someone falls, you pick them back up.
Yes, thank you.
Like, what's rule number two? Bros, gals, anywhere, however you identify, get your fucking drinks out of the pit. No one wants to break an ankle.
Ooh.
Like, that's number two. That's number two. I actually had a friend who like sliced his arm open once on a piece of broken glass because somebody wanted their beer in the mosh pit. So, and I've just seen all kinds of stuff. Like I've rolled my own ankle. I've seen people slip and fall. And it's always the like really kind of drunk people in the pit with the beers and they're spilling them all over everybody, you know? Yeah. So that's rule number two. You can drink, but don't drink in the middle of the mosh pit because yeah, it's not a shower. It's not like a water park. We're there to mosh, not to get drenched in beer. Rule number three, and probably the most important, if you don't have consent, keep your hands to your fucking self.
You heard it here first, honestly. Why that needs to be a disclaimer, I have no idea, but I appreciate it so much because honestly, freaks, geeks, and everything in between, it does not matter. It is about self-respect and self-preservation, and it is not up to you to tell people how to be in any sort of form or capacity. However, it's not fucking cool, man. Like when you're in there trying to have a good time and someone's up in your business, like what? No.
Free will and autonomy and all of that stuff until your free will and autonomy infringes on somebody else's right to it. And then it is no longer your right to exercise it. If your free will is limiting somebody else's space to exist or feel safe or secure, it's no longer free will. It's fucking abuse.
It's abuse.
Like, that's the only way to look at it. And the amount of friends that I have, unfortunately, who still say that stuff happens at shows is disgusting. So, yeah, I've always felt like that needs to be a disclaimer for more artists. And I don't always get the chance to stay on stage. So I'm staying it here. And it's
when we're done, I'm going to throw you up in a single picture and we can put even like a Decimate logo up there and you can run that shit and we can pop another one over there. We can throw your logo over there too if you want and you can run that shit. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's so important and it needs to be talked about. It needs to be said and it should just be a thing. And what we can do is we can roll it up and you can just reel it all over the place. Wherever you want.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Very cool. So why are you there so heavy? Like, what is it inside of you that, like, you when you get into that space that you're just about it because you are about it?
Man, I don't even know. So, you know what? I have one of the best first live experiences ever. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeffy.
Let's go. I have one of the best first live experiences. Like, I'm not sure many people can say they went to a show this cool the first time. So I was 16 years old. It was on my 16th birthday. And I actually got to see Moneen, He Is Legend, Under Oath, and Silverstein all in concert at the same time. And it was like a year after I first started listening to like emo shit. Like I was really into like The Used and My Chemical Romance and From First to Last and wanted to be Sunny Moore. And then I got into heavier stuff. Like I like Drop Dead Gorgeous and Silverstein, Scary Kids Scaring Kids, Bullet for My Valentine, Atreyu, Rise Against, etc., 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 etc. But 4 bands that are like phenomenal and even hold up to this day. That was my first show. I moshed the very first time I ever went to a show. I nearly passed out. And I've never stopped since. Like, that's actually the truth. The only time that it is weird, it's like I'll be at a show and sometimes I'll even go and I'm like, I'm going to take it easy. You know, I'll tell my friends that, I'll tell my partner, I'm like, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to go. I'm just going to like chill. But then when the music hits, it's like, man, I can't just chill. Like, this shit like flows in my veins. I don't know how to describe it, you know?
I kind of understand. Like, I thought the pop scene was it. I was like Spice Girls. That's all I wanted tickets for. Like, you know, my dad was super awesome, and he like waited in line forever, got me the tickets. We went and seen the show, and as soon as we left, because that was the show of the century back then. Like, what?
Like Spice Girls, like back
yeah,
in, like,
yeah, like all 5 members, full tilt Spice Girls. Like that was my first show. Yeah, but he turned around.
Stop right now. Thank that very much. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. I need somebody with a. Well, my dad was like, okay, yeah, that was good. It was good. It was good. Yeah, it was cool. But I also have tickets to like Korn, Papa Roach, Powerman 5000.
Nice.
What? Nice. And I didn't understand, but yeah, much like yourself, that was it. I mean, Spice Girls pretty much hit the deck after that.
I lived in Spruce Grove, so I wasn't part of the Edmonton community actually for a while. Yeah, I lived in Spruce Grove. I came into, I think it was Ed's or Red's. I can't remember what it was labeled at the time. That's where that Silverstein show was. And then I remember I would go to shows at Starlight. I saw like Misery Signals and August Burns Red. And I would just go to like every show I could get my hands on. Yeah. I could like show you pictures, but I probably won't. Me and my buddy Sam Erickson were like, if you guys know Spruce Grove, it's a really small town, or used to be. It's now a city. It wasn't always a city. And me and my buddy Sam Erickson were like the original emo kids in Spruce Grove. And so then like there became like a group of us, and we would just like plan these concerts and go into the city and get rides. And it was the thing. It was part of the culture, right? And then I moved to Edmonton. Actually, I left Spruce Grove on not the greatest terms. Went to BC for a summer because I was 16 years old and thought, you know, I could make it. Like every 16-year-old thinks they have their life fucking figured.
15.
And that was me, right? Like I was like, I can do this. I don't need my parents. Yeah, I needed my parents. So I came back. I lived at my grandma's, and I actually lived in the city. And then I started going to shows at Ave, like all the time. And it was bands like This Very Day and Tuxedo Black, and like Grace Kelly and the Holly Springs Disaster and Submerge the Fucking Sky, and like just bands like that, you know. When Astrea Falls, I think it was, like all those bands are just ones that I was just like, man, I want to do this. Like, I want to do this. And I knew it when I was in Spruce. I was like, I want to start a band. But I started a band on Nexopia. We took a band photo. We wrote about the band. We were called Far From Innocent. Shout out to Logan Chatput. And we just like, man, we weren't a band. We were just a bunch of emo kids that wanted to look like From First to Last and Escape the Fate. And that was the like, right. But I wanted to be in a band, and I was screaming in my basement to like or in my garage to like Cheetos and stuff.
Yeah, that's the battle.
Right. And it was horrible. I sucked back then. I was absolutely terrible. I sounded like a dying rat. My mom would tell you that that's true. And yeah, so then like I moved to Edmonton, and I saw it like actually being done. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do this. And like from that point forward, I started finding musicians to like work with. Um, yeah, it was the energy of like the female vocalist of Tuxedo Black at the time. I
Yeah.
remember she made me do like push-ups in the pit. Like I was so stoked on the music, I was like half cut. And she's like, push-ups in the pit right now. And I was just like, didn't even think about it. I just dropped and started doing them. And I was like, that's the kind of energy. That's what I want to do. Like I want to engage with people in a room like that. I want it to be like a shared connection, not a performance. Like I want it to be like a mutually shared experience and connection. Because there's so much to be said about how music creates community. And I know you talk about mental health on your stuff, but I really think like there's a lot to be said about community and mental health, but also like music and healing. So
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting because it's the it's the it's the thing that makes you make the music, but it also is the thing that like it cures you, but cures your audience. It cures like that wouldn't happen without a sense of community, which is way more than just a fan base. And then it's like the cycle that
I,
goes
I
around,
actually don't like the word fan base. Like I get it. I do.
right?
I get it because we can describe like the people who listen to our stuff or
Mhm.
care about our music. But to me, they're not followers. It's not fans or fan base. It's like it's gonna sound weird probably because and I think as a small band it's easier to say this. Like when you're a big band you don't necessarily know the millions of people listening to you, but as a smaller band it's like the music you create and the people who come to your shows, you become like a group, like a family, like a connected kind of your own thing, and that's the beautiful part about bands. You watch different bands in the city and everybody does that in their own unique way, and that is the coolest part about going to shows, hands down. Like watching the music, listening to it, all amazing, but like being a part of the experience of connection is why I go to shows.
Yeah, I yeah, I agree. It's such a funny thing. And those words are put out there because they're words that like the system and society makes us use, right? Like in order to call everybody to a space that I want them to see, I have to like add them as followers or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, like for Pinecase, we have what's called pine needles, and it's not to be like Barbie, whatever the groups. It's not that. It's literally just like it's just a word like your pine needle gland, right? It's like used for people who like think outside the box. Like that was it, and it was just like for people that like kind of push boundaries or whatever. So it was meant as like a term of endearing, but the reality is like it actually has but all that's lovely, but it's the back and forth. Like these people come through constantly all the time the same way bands do, right? And we like spend time like bouncing ideas off of them and love, and like you can kind of curate your just the same way you curate your music. Like you can see what hits and what doesn't and stuff like that, right? So yeah, without your family, like we're essentially dead in the water. Where'd you go? Oh, one sec. Can't hear you. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna throw him backstage and then pop him back up and let's see if that works. Are you there, darling? Yeah, I still can't hear you though. Oh, there you go. Are you there? Oh, you keep unmuting your mic. I mean, you look good doing it, but I need to get you some audio here. So hold up. Let me see here. Thank you guys. Hi, everyone in the comment section. We can see you. Just give us a hot second here to sort this out. All right. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hold on. Hmm. Go ahead. No. Okay, hold on. Hey,
Can you hear me now?
I don't know why I still can't hear. Like, can you hear me? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear
You
you.
can hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Fuck.
Hey, you guys in the comment section, can you hear him? I can hear you. I can hear you both.
Can the comment section hear us?
That's not gonna work.
Huh.